Hi guys, or ladies I should say. I'm gonna make this is sort of an impromptu video inspired by a rather unfortunate story I heard about from one of my friends on Facebook who was at a music festival, and she's incredibly good looking. I mean, fuck. But she obviously had her share of creepy guys coming up to her, and there were a few who said some things that I would not like to repeat, but it pissed me off. And luckily she smashed his phone, and I joked that she should have called his service provider and canceled his warranty on his phone, so he'd have to pay full price for it. But, you know, you can only do so much in situations like that. But I thought about it a little bit, and, you know, there are certain things that you obviously cannot bring into certain venues. Tweezers, nail files of certain types. But, you know, stuff like that happens relatively often, and a lot of the time women are like, oh, well, why didn't you should take a self-defense class. Which is always helpful. I mean, men always say they're gonna protect you, but if they're not there, then they can't help you. So, for me, I'm gonna make a video about other ways to defend yourself with makeup, funny enough. And this is sort of a middle finger to the weaponized femininity idea of, I'm gonna wear red lipstick that's the color of the blood of my enemies, and I'm gonna wear eyeliner so sharp it'll kill a man. Your eyeliner's not gonna fucking kill anybody, so let's get real there. However, eyeliner packaging might just. So, let's talk about packaging. And luckily with this, you don't really need to spend a lot of money. You just gotta kind of look at the basic shape of stuff, like this. You know, this is Kat Von D in Outlaw. I wear it a lot. But it's relatively thin. You know, you put your thumb down on there and you just, you know, you bludgeon somebody with it. This would probably be something you would usually have in your purse. And, I mean, if you hit yourself against your hand, it hurts. So imagine doing it with full force multiple times and getting hit in the face. Idea number one. Another thing that you might have, touch-ups and stuff, you know, stuff like this. I did not pay full price for this. This was a gift. I can't justify paying that much money for eyeshadow, but you'll see it's got little corners on it, which are good. And, you know, the thin base, you just sort of hold it in your hand like so, and again, you bludgeon. And even doing it, you know, straight against the nose, just make sure that you're holding it really tight. Straight on the nose, even under the chin, maybe go for the ear. I joked that you can also, if you feel so inclined, sharpen the ends of your makeup brushes. But maybe don't do that. And who carries around makeup brushes anyway? And then, of course, you've got lip liner and stuff. And, again, pen, pencil, it's the shape that matters. And you really don't need a lot of upper body strength to do stuff like that. I mean, most of the time, if you punch if a guy punches somebody in the face, they have, they've got big mitts, and they've got a lot of force behind it, it knocks them with so much force that, they can kind of recoil from it unless you have a really weak constitution, in which case perhaps not. But when it comes to, what's it called? Just, concentrated, what is it called? The surface area is smaller, so you don't need as much force to injure somebody, or at least to get someone the fuck away from you. So, you know, you can do it with just about anything. You know, mascara, you know, anything that you can, anything that you can bludgeon somebody in the face with. It's in your purse. I live in California, so we can't get like the cat brass knuckles. I would love to own a pair, but I can't. But I mean, you know, the more you look for it. I know there's mascara that the cap is actually pointed. It's like a stiletto. That would be great. Just, you know, I mean, you can get creative. I mean, a surefire way of doing it is just making sure there's a lot of force behind it and hitting it in the right spots. I mean, you're probably going to want to go for the face. I mean, if you can get a hold of their hands, you can always just grab a finger and tilt it backwards. They break pretty easily. My hands are so small. I'd probably break all my fingers trying to punch somebody. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of food for thought. Self-defense doesn't really need to be anything complicated. As a matter of fact, it's better if it's not, because you gotta kind of make snap decisions in situations like that, and nobody deserves to have their good time ruined by somebody who's trying to attack them. So, this can go for anybody. I'm not just saying this is absolutely only for women, but again, the whole weaponized femininity idea is really fucking amusing to me, and it's totally useless. I mean, that's just third wave shit. I mean, there's nothing empowering about putting on eyeliner. It looks great. I mean, I wear it, but I know what it does and what it doesn't do, so... You know, if you need to touch up your eyeliner, keep it in your purse and maybe use the packaging to cut a man, but, you know... And if you have one of these, it's just a nail file. It's not one of the paper ones, it's glass, but you will notice that is a mean tip on that. And, you know, it's probably not a good idea to try to, you know, use this as a shiv, because it's really thin and it'll probably break. So if you hold it really, really up close on the tip like that, you can cut somebody's face, no problem. Don't even need to have a knife. So, hopefully that was helpful, or at least, you know, a fun little idea to play around with, especially if you're like, oh, I need new mascara. Maybe I'll try something new, and you start looking at the packaging, and you're like, God damn it, Summer. Now I'm just looking for stuff that'll, like, for, trying to bluntly shiv somebody. I am not condoning that, just as a frivolous activity, obviously. Self-defense is important. And everyone deserves to have tools to protect themselves. And this is also by no means an indictment of men in general. If you're a guy watching this and you're like, well, I've never done that, why the fuck is she blaming me? I'm not. I mean, I'm glad you're not part of the problem, but don't take it personally, because think about it. Think about it. High school locker room, you probably know guys who do stuff like that, and you don't like them either, so we're on the same team. So, 10 minutes later, 10 minutes later and 75 ums later, I will leave you with that, and if you find it helpful or entertaining, that's awesome. So, I'll see you guys later.